In case some of the listeners and viewers right now don't get access to Canadian TV, how I got to know you was on the Real Housewives of Toronto, which I was like, first of all, yes, that we finally got the show, because I do watch the American ones. And I'm always like, why not Canadian? You know, they had the Vancouver one. I was like, I always thought Toronto would be great. They finally had it. And then they announced you as one of the cast members. And so I remember I wasn't sure what to expect.
Oh, okay.
So you tune in because I didn't know any of the women, right? So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I don't know like who's who or whatever. And so then when I watched it, it was like great because people got to see you, and right away I feel like a lot of women identified with you and related to you.
I
So,
definitely got a very positive response from being on the show.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing how many women felt that like I represented them in some way, in so many different ways. Like I'm mixed race, I'm younger, I am certainly curvier than any of the girls on the show that I'd seen before. I don't look like them. I don't have any plastic surgery. Like, I mean, it's just such simple things.
Yeah.
So I represented like a whole other type of woman who was like making it. Like there's all these women who are like you can consider like what a trophy wife looks like. And I definitely redefined that in some ways.
which I'm glad.
Which I mean,
Which
I'm
needs to be
glad. I
done.
mean, when did we? I would much rather be. I'm more interested in a woman who's got all these fabulous things happening in her life and this wonderful personality and looks real. I love when women look like themselves, and I just think that there's, especially on television, you lose like a sense of what women even look like.
The casting. So can you just quickly tell us how you got part of the show? Like, was this something that you originally were like, oh my God, I'm hearing they're casting and
No.
I gotta get on here. Let me call who's got a connection? Or
I don't even
did you
think
get like an
can
unknown
do
number?
that. There were so many women would be calling if there was like a casting call,
Yeah.
right? Imagine all the women who'd want to be on the show. But no, they cast for the show by. I'm not allowed to say exactly what the process is
Okay.
because I'm
It's top secret.
those are like top secret. We call those housewife secrets. But essentially, they're looking and scouring the city for women who lead fabulous lives, have big personalities, and would be great on television.
Okay.
So,
And
they find you. You can't find them.
okay, so they approach you.
Yes.
And they sell the idea, and right away you're like, yes.
No. Oh my gosh. I was in Paris with my girlfriend Monica, and we were having like a girls' weekend in Paris. And this number kept calling me from Vancouver and from LA. And I was like, who are these? What are these people calling?
Yeah.
And then finally I pick up. And I'm like, hi. And they're like, hi, Roxy. We have been trying to get a hold of you. We are casting for a reality show. And I was like, how did you get my number? They're like, we got your number from so-and-so. And they had this list of girls who had given them my number. And they were my friend, like people I knew, like acquaintances and stuff in the city. And they were like, we think you'd be amazing for this TV show. And I was like, well, what's it all about? And they're like, it's about a group of affluent women in the city who, and I was like, hold on a second. I was like, is this the Real Housewives?
and you
they're
knew
like,
it right away.
yes, we're calling because we're casting for Bravo's Real Housewives. And I was like, oh, interesting. And then I still said no.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I just like, because the show in so many ways is like about women fighting and very catty. And while I'd been a fan of the show, a lot of it, it's like, there wasn't a ton of women on the show that inspired me. And so I wasn't quite sure if I fit the bill in many ways. Like I knew I had a fabulous life, and I'm outspoken and all of that, but I'm not mean, and I'm not about tearing other women about, and I'm not about fighting, and I don't have a lot of drama in my real life. And so it's interesting that I was able to take a show that's essentially about a group of women fighting and turn it into a movement about empowering women.
Yeah. That
So
really is what was really
it's
interesting.
been an awesome journey for me. So I'm glad I said yes, because it's like, it just goes to show you can open the door of any opportunity and turn it into what you need for yourself.